tonight. My name is Ricardo Lopez, Paint A-Process Group Leader. This is my PTED team, starting off with Ernest Arredondo.
Thank you, Ricardo. My name is Ernest Arredondo, Team Leader for A-Process PTED. The name of our circle is Cleanup Crew. The theme is Save It or Waste It. Our team safety commitment is to always be aware of our surroundings. Team members, we have Ricardo, myself, Michael, Raul, Sebastian. Sandra, Brian, and David were not able to make it. So here we have the theme selection chart. Some of the problems we have on our FMDS board are ED solids on carriers. That came in at a total of 15 points. We also have ED mapping on the tailgate. That came in at a total of 22 points. Ultimately, we went with scrapped chemicals because it came in at a total of 24 points, and that was our highest. Our level assessment as a team, we're in Zone D. PTED background. The PTED system washes metal bodies, chemically prepares surfaces, and rinses off degreasing agents and excess chemical coating, preparing the surface for E-coat. Here we have the PTED system flow. Bodies come in, they get chemically cleaned, they come around into E-coat where they get E-coated, they get rinsed off, and then they go into the oven to get baked. Step 1, clarify the problem. Background, PTED currently scraps 56,914 gallons of chemical per month. Our ultimate goal is to reduce the amount of scrapped chemical. Our current situation, 56,914 gallons of scrapped chemical. Ideally, we want to be at 0. So that sets our gap at 56,914 gallons of scrapped chemical. This data was collected back in January. Step 2, breaking down the problem. We have 56,914 gallons of scrapped chemical per month. The chemicals we have are degreaser, conditioner, phosphate, and E-coat. As you can see, conditioner comes in at 31,700 gallons. That's our highest hitter. We did not go after conditioner because it's not reusable. We have to clean that bad monthly due to quality issues. So we went after degreaser. 25,200 gallons of degreaser, breaking that down into 19,200 that we lose during production and 6,000 that we lose on monthly tank cleaning. So we did a go and see. We looked at stage 3, stage 4, circulation pumps. We looked at our spray pumps. We looked at heat exchangers. There were no issues, no leaks of degreaser. We looked at filtration. We looked at our smart drum. There were no issues there either. So our point of occurrence is stage 4 Krebs. Stage 4 Krebs, metal is removed from degreaser tank. During that process, we scrap degreaser. So what is Krebs? Krebs is a centrifuge with no moving parts. Basically, a washing machine set on spin, continuously spinning degreaser. Here's a front view of the Krebs. Here's a side view of the Krebs. Degreaser is purged into the hopper. Metal is collected here, and degreaser comes down, drains into the trench where we lose it. This degreaser goes over to PE, and PE has to treat it. I'm going to turn it over to Michael now for step 3.
Thank you, Ernest. Step 3, target setting. You can see we were scrapping an excess of 19,200 gallons of degreaser a month. We would like to reduce that number down to 6,000 gallons. The way we arrive with that figure is based upon that's what we lose each month when we do our tank transfer and tank cleaning. Our target is to eliminate 69% of the degreaser from being scrapped by April 18th, 2019. By achieving this target, we will decrease our gap by 23%. Total chemical scrapped is 56,914 gallons. We'll be able to reduce that and lower it down to 43,714 gallons. Step 4, root cause analysis. We were able to eliminate man, machine, material, and environment based on some of the information listed under each one of those categories. We saw an opportunity in method, and that's what we went with, was method. Krebs purges every 45 minutes on an auto timer. Degreaser is being sent to the trench. Degreaser is being scrapped. Why? 19,200 gallons of degreaser is being scrapped. Degreaser is being sent to our trench. Why? Krebs purges every 45 minutes on auto. Why? There's a high amount of metal incoming into machine exceeding the machine's capacity. Root cause is high amount of metal incoming into machine that exceeds the machine's capacity. This page is an equipment timeline that illustrates some of the metal separation equipment that we've had installed. You'll notice we began with Krebs in 2010. That was the only thing that we had installed up until the time that we added K-Maggie in 2014. And most recently we added the Smart Drum in 2018 that works alongside with the K-Maggie. I'll now turn it over to Raul.
Thank you for sharing that history with us, Mick. But now it's 2019, time to reevaluate our equipment efficiency. All right, step 5, develop countermeasures. We came up with a couple of different proposed countermeasures. Ultimately, we went with changing the auto timer on the Krebs to purge less often. That scored a 25, which was our highest points. So with that, we came up with an action plan. We wanted to manually purge the Krebs hourly to see how much metal we could collect. Step 6, see countermeasures through. Okay, these are the steps we check for our metal collection straw. First, we get a tube wipe, we get it weighed. Then we get this tote, put it inside the Krebs machine. Once we do that, we will manually purge the Krebs, so all the degreasers will go inside the tote. Once we do that, we would get this magnet, put it inside the tote. We would stir it for 4 minutes so we can collect all the metal in there. Once we do that, we would take the magnet out and get a clean tube wipe and scrape all the magnet off, all the metal off the magnet. Then we would put the tube wipe in the oven so we can bake it and dry it and get our weight. So we did this trial 9 different times following the same steps. Okay, these are the graphs of our trials. The top one shows the metal we collected. The bottom one is the degreaser we would use monthly. So as you can see, in 1 hour we would collect 2.9 grams, but we would lose 15,000 gallons of degreaser a month. And then in 8 hours we would collect 19.6 grams and only be scrapping 1,800 gallons of degreaser per month. But all this averaged out to 2.39 grams per hour. But what does all this mean? That just by changing the auto timer on the Krebs from 45 minutes to 8 hours, we're still collecting the same amount of metal but scrapping less degreaser. This is our metal renewed per unit graph. As you can see, in 1 hour compared to 8 hours, it was the same amount. So with that, there was no impact to quality. So our quality check was okay. Now I'd like to hand it over to Smash.
Thanks, Rob. So step 7, confirm results in process. This is a graph that just shows a breakdown of the scrap decrease we lose per month. So before we're losing 19,200. Afterwards we're losing 1,800, which is a huge win for us because we're able to surpass our goal of 6,000. So we're able to save 91% of the decrease. So this graph shows the total chemical scrap, 56,000 once again currently, and the target was 39, which actually surpassed our original target of the 43,000. So by just reducing decrease, we're able to close our gap by 31%. So before we were scrapping 240,000 gallons of decrease per year. Currently we'll be scrapping 22,000. So that's a savings of 217,000 gallons of decrease. So that's how, as a team, we're going to make our planet a better place. So that 240,000 gallons, that's a lot. So this is just for reference. This is a 5,000 gallon tanker. So this 5,000 gallon tanker, there's 48 of these that gets sent down the trench and processed through PE every year. So if you break that down even more, that's actually 1 truck per week that gets sent down the trench and sent to PE and processed. So this is our impact to costs. We're actually saving $115,000 every year. So Jason, what would you do with that $115,000?
I'd buy 3 Tundras and 2 Tacomas.
3 Tundras, 2 Tundras? Still have room for gas? So step 8, standardize a successful process. So we did 3 things. We changed we did 3 things. We changed the Krebs timer setting from 45 minutes to 8 hours. We updated our daily walkthrough check sheets, and we updated Redshift on our changes. So we're going to continue to work with PE to understand the impact of cost and decrease. So estimated cost savings for PE is an additional $61,000. So, in case you're wondering how we got that additional $61,000, this is the batch log sheets from PE, and this is a breakdown of what it costs to treat the weekend water. Now, this is just water. This is a breakdown of what it costs to treat weekend water with the 6,000 gallons of degrease. That's how we came up with that additional $61,000. This is our level assessment. As you can see, we went from a zone D to a zone C. We did make a lot of improvements. And then my personal reflection is I improved my 8-step problem solving skills.
My reflection, working together, I realized teamwork not only had an impact in our process, but also the shop and the plant.
My reflection was how a small change could have such a big impact on several KPIs.
My reflection was it helped improve my public speaking skills.
So now that that's done, I'm pretty sure you're curious what we're going to go after next. So our future plans are going to continue to work on saving that remaining 22,500 gallons of degrease we scrap per year. And like our theme says, save it or waste it.
Waste it.
Questions?